What? It's fucking good, dude.
It's funny.
Whatever.
Oh,
Let's
you're
start the
eating. Yeah.
podcast.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Welcome to the Practical Pistol Show. My name is Ben Stigger. I'm here to answer your shooting questions. Joining me today, again, Gabe White.
King of all junk carry.
Yeah, Matt Hopkins.
Full intro here.
Tim Myers, are you partaking?
Yes, howdy.
Howdy. Yes. Wow, what a crew we have. Okay, an interesting discussion topic. I have to redact bits of the email because, well, you'll see why. Well, I don't want to identify the match or blow this dude's cover. I just want to discuss the issue. All right. So this weekend at a local club match, I encountered my first cheater, plus tours for lack of a better term. The shooter whom I was neck and neck with hogged the nook, keeping score, and the timer along with two of his friends. We had to combine squads, blah, 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 whatever. So he didn't really get their names. He puts in the email. He says he usually volunteers to run the timer and keep score, but due to the squad size, the other guys wanted just certified ROs to run the timer, so they said. So one guy plugs a no-shoot on the last target, or the last target of a stage. When the scores come out, there's no no-shoot in the scores. Mentions it's the match director, whatever, and apparently everybody's long gone. So this guy says, yes, it's a local match. I know there's no prize table, but the anti-competitors were out in force. Whatever, and in the end, it cost him positions in the match because of this no-shoot that wasn't scored. Any thoughts or suggestions how to handle or prevent this, or how we could have better handled the situation? I think it'd be most interesting to kick this to Hopkins first, our resident ethics and shooting expert. What do you think? So let's just recap the facts. Homeboy has a sense that these guys are kind of hogging the scoring and the timing duties, and at the end of the match, there's not a no-shoot noted that should have been noted. What do you think, Matt?
I mean, I would totally blow him up on Duty Project if I was him. Post names and all kinds of shit. No, I think he did right. He went to the match director. He told him what was up. Match director probably you can't do nothing at that point, right? Scores are in. It's hard to say. I mean, all right. So you just keep an eye on them for later, right?
I'm asking you, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just fucking work
I
here.
would go to the match director, say what you saw, what you heard, and everything. Then, fuck, I don't know. It's on them, really. So then you can oh shit, I don't know. It's really shitty though.
Gabe, you know? What do you fucking? Let's go to Gabe. Give Gabe a chance.
Well, this is a hard question for me because frankly I shoot up with a bunch of pretty straight up people and it's hard. I have to imagine this happening. I'm sure a lot of people in USPSA have to imagine this happening because I bet this doesn't happen a lot. But I don't know. It seems like about the only thing you could do about this is on the squad level be paying attention and engaged in terms of the scoring process, and everybody kind of contributes to making sure it gets right. And you see a no-shoot. I guess this goes back to a recent question on the podcast. Maybe if you see a no-shoot that got shot and you're not sure it got scored, maybe you ought to tell the RO. I don't know.
If you see something, say something.
Right, let's all narc each other up. No. But I don't think, I mean, because if it gets past that, I mean, what are you going to do? Go to the match director and say, well, I think somebody was cheating, but I don't really know. I mean, nobody wants to point the finger for cheating unless they're really sure, which goes back to you probably need to just pay a lot of attention. And, I mean, I am sure if people get identified as actually trying to cheat, they are not going to be very welcome for very long.
They get run the fuck out.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Myers, you got anything to say about this?
If this was a club I didn't regularly shoot at, and I definitely wouldn't be going back. If this is something that was accepted by that club, I mean, even if it was my local club, I just basically wouldn't be going back to that club. I don't know. I'd be finding someplace new to shoot. That'd be my take on it.
All right, guys. I feel like I need to be the wet blanket a little bit. Based on what I read to you, why are you all convinced that there's cheating going on here? It's basically the guys are kind of hogging the timer, and then a no-shoot's not scored. I mean, are you? Is that enough for you? Are you calling it that motherfucker cheated?
No, that's why I think you need to pay a lot of. If you're there, like really there at that time, you need to just pay a lot of attention, because nobody wants to point the finger of cheating at somebody unless they're really doing it. I mean, that's also really bad.
All right, now I've got to. The guy writing the email, like, there's probably he got a weird vibe. You know, the vibe that he has that maybe he's not. You can't really describe the vibe that you get, right? He has a vibe that this is a little weird.
He thinks he's getting done in by the dudes that are hogging the timer and the scoreboard, right?
That's the vibe. But is that enough for you? Like a no-shoot not showing up in the final scores? Are you like, that's fucking cheating?
No.
Well then, what the hell? Why are you gonna go blow him up on Duty Project?
That's what seems like everybody else is doing.
Blowing him up on Duty Project. That would be the right thing to do. That would be the right thing to do if you were sure they were cheating, you tried to address it at the match, it was not addressed adequately, and then you got screwed.
There's like one dude I've blown up for cheating ever on Duty Project. That was Paul Hendricks, and I think the extent of my post was, prepare your anus. Because you're getting the fuck out of this board. Like, you're done, dude.
I don't think you can label him cheating, not at all. I mean,
I don't feel comfortable.
Way more evidence than that, honestly.
I don't feel comfortable calling the guys cheaters just based on that.
No, I don't think you can either. You can definitely have people, like, let people know that there might be something going on so they can keep an eye on it. Like, say you don't ever squad with them because your crew is out at another match or whatever. Or it's raining and they just decided not to show up and shoot the next day or something. You can, like, squad with a different group and then tell somebody else to, like, keep an eye on them, like someone else you trust.
Well, I mean, if you talk to the match director and the match director brings it up, it's like, hey, dude, like, whatever, the scores weren't right and they have to be right, obviously.
Yeah.
If people, like, certainly, like, if I were to plug a no-shoot, I would not have any expectation that the final scores would come out and then there would be no no-shoot hit in my scores and that would go unnoticed.
Right.
Right? I don't have that expectation. So that if somebody's cheating, that seems like a pretty stupid way to do it. Like, honestly.
I do think that people would also similarly need to be careful with the accusation of cheating, because that can really light on fire and get some legs. And I mean, that really can. I mean, I think you should be pretty sure that people are cheating before you start saying that they're a cheater.
I know you're not on Facebook, but we're kind of watching a similar situation unfold.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, it gets nice when you say those fuckers are cheating. It's like, I mean, that gets people's attention, right?
Yeah. No, it does. Let me tell this story. I was at Area 1 last year. Someone suggested to one of the ROs of one of the stages that I shot that they thought that I had cheated by telling my buddy, who was standing by a target after I shot the stage waiting for it to be scored so he could tape it, thought that I had told him to take a piece of tape off the target so I would not get a mic, which was completely untrue and not in any way what had happened, but
why did you tell him?
Someone suggested it.
All right, why did you tell him to take the tape off the target?
That's not what I told him. They completely misunderstood what I had said to him.
Wait, no, Gabe, I heard you cheated, though.
Fuck you.
No, but that's how fast it is.
Yes.
That's boom. It's like you fucking cheated.
And And fortunately, I was able to go address that with the RO and explain it to him, and he was able to understand what had actually happened. But I mean, it was really uncomfortable, even for the very short time, and not very. It really wasn't very public either. I think it was one of the other ROs working the stage that completely misheard what I said to the person by the target, and he said something to whoever the lead RO of the stage was. And so I went. As soon as I heard about it, I immediately went back and talked to the RO to explain it. But it was really uncomfortable even having any suggestion whatsoever on any level under any circumstance because it was not true.
That's where you got to be real careful, right? When you're making those kind of accusations.
Yeah, when you accuse somebody of doing something fucked up, like you should be pretty sure that
Yes.
what they're actually
Yes.
are being super fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Tim Myers, I don't suppose you have anything to say about this, do you? Anything else?
Negative.
Yeah, you don't give a shit, do you?
Good
Not
on you,
really.
Tim.
You're just here to plug the pro shop, aren't you?
Boss holsters in stock now. Go buy it.
Yeah, well, like, first time in a long time, you son of a bitch. What have
Hey,
you been doing?
P320 holsters. We got them.
P320 holsters.
New
Damn.
unicorn.
Well, okay, what else you got?
You got base pads?
Base pads.
Base pads. I've
Case
seen
gauges.
the SIG 320 base pads.
Laser cut targets.
Laser cut
Oh my
targets.
God.
Wow.
Tim
That's
loves it
awesome.
when you order like hundreds of them.
You order hundreds of targets.
No, don't do that. Please don't do that. It takes up a lot of my time. I don't want that.
No, what happens is I end up going down there, and then I get roped in. He's like, "Hey Ben, you want to laser cut some targets?"
Maybe you should then. Come on down, Ben. We
Fuck
got
you.
targets to cut.
All right, Hopkins. Anything else to say about this?
No, I think you got to be real sure before you talk about stuff like that.
Right, because look, you guys got roped in. I read the email like, wow, I'd never go back to that club. And then it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, this could just be a scoring fuck up. It likely is, man.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. All right, let's do a shooting question because I love them so much. All right, here it is. I've dumped my Excalibur. Boy, I wonder why. I heard those were the shizzle. Anyway, I've dumped my Excalibur and started shooting a Shadow. I got a spare as well, and that seems like a good idea. So the question is it better to alternate between the two guns and keep them at a similar round count, or to have a major match gun and a training gun? I know a couple of guys who have the match gun training gun setup, but it seems often the training gun ends up with a better trigger, and the guys seem a little more confident in the gun. They shoot more. It's for IPSC production, so only so much can be done to the trigger on either gun. Hopkins, what do you think? Alternate the guns or have a training gun and a match gun?
I would alternate the guns to a certain round count, then go practice match gun. So I'd like get 5,000 on each gun, then pick one, whichever one you like more and think is more accurate as a match gun. The other one is your practice gun. And then when you wear your practice gun out, get another gun, that will become your practice gun. That
Okay,
might turn
so-
into a match gun.
If I can put some words in your mouth, you're going to kind of shoot both guns like to a break-in sort of point.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
even it's like they're going to be worn in a little bit. So the triggers will be worn in. You'll have shot them a lot. You'll know, like if one's not running or something, you'll know. You know, so
Exactly.
all right. So you're going to kind of get to know them both,
Yeah,
right?
up to a certain point, then you have to pick. Then I think you should pick which gun you want as your match gun. I would choose one that has better accuracy.
Okay. Gabe.
I completely agree. That is exactly what I would say to do. Break them both in, and then make
Fuck
one
you.
the practice gun.
Fuck
Well,
you.
that's my answer. But no, I do have a good question though. What's an Excalibur? What's that?
It's the new hotness 2 years ago.
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
okay. I'll tell you what. The Excalibur is a double action, like a traditional double action polymer gun that nobody would give a shit about, except they say that it has the recoil is crazy light. And, like I shot one last year in Europe because they hadn't made it to the States yet, and guys are like, it's rotating breech or whatever. It's crazy light recoil. And I shot this. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? This like as snappy as anything else. I mean, so that's what the Excalibur is. It's a traditional double action gun. It's the the Grand Power version of it is the one that. That's what it is.
STI brought one in for a little while.
Yeah, STI imported a different, a different one that is the hot one right now. But it's like it is a sort of logical choice for USPSA or IPSC production.
So
it's nothing
it's
you'd be
polymer,
interested in.
It's polymer and double action, single action. So it sounds like it's pretty much like a Beretta PX4, right? Didn't you even say rotating barrel?
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
it makes.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
It's not
very
as dumb
close
as
to
the PX4. Not as dumb as that. It's less dumb.
Sweet glasses.
Slightly less dumb.
Those are sweet glasses.
I know they are.
If you're listening to the audio rip of this, you should be happy because Gabe's annoying you a lot less than he's annoying everybody else. All right. Tim Myers, match gun, practice gun, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so I like the idea. I just have a practice gun that is shittier and has a heavier trigger than my match gun. So that's kind of my take on it. I'm not maybe as smart as Hopkins here and figure out which one shoots better. I just take the one that has a shittier trigger and use as my practice gun. That's my take.
He says you should pick them based on accuracy.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I just basically pick whichever one has a shittier trigger.
You don't know the difference between the high point and stock
Listen.
two when it
We
comes to
established I can't group shoot, okay? We know that, okay?
No, I've seen you group shoot. You can group shoot. We need a bigger piece of paper.
You
but
do.
It works. It's a group, right?
It's true. Yeah, sure. You can hand me an M&P and to stock 2 at 25. They probably shoot the same group.
How many?
My group shooting ability.
It's like Tim is the first guy to ever ask me like, "What is an hour of angle?" And I'm like, "What?" What the fuck? Oh man. Well, Hopkins, you hit that question out of the park so hard that I got nothing on that. That was really smart. I dig it, man. You killed it.
All right.
Fuck it. All right. So if you want more nuggets of wisdom, you go to hopkinsshooting.com.
Yes.
If you want to order some dry fire targets, go to the Ben Steger Pro Shop, and Tim will personally laser cut them for you and send them to you.
Oh,
He
Lord.
says it's his most favorite thing to do during the day.
If you want
Does
to,
he actually cut them with a laser?
Laser beam, yes, sir.
Yeah, a laser beam that cuts
Yeah, like on
cardboard.
Star Wars.
Holy shit.
it also does grip tape.
Yes, it does that too.
You can put anything you want under the laser, and then it
Except
cuts
for your
it.
finger.
No, it'll cut that too.
Will it cut your finger or not?
Yeah,
Oh, it'll cut your finger. Tim, Tim didn't do it once. He didn't do it twice.
I didn't do
He did
that.
it like 4 times.
Oh no. Does that cauterize it and take longer to heal than a regular cut?
It smells really good, I'll tell you that.
Ew.
All right, and Gabe, you're running the Pistol Forum Drill of the Week, right?
Yes.
All right, so if you want to shoot some drills, then go to Pistol Forum because they have that, and Gabe runs that shit.
That's it either.
If you want to shoot other drills that Gabe gets his drills from, go to benstecker.com. I have drills too. You just click on drills. You don't gotta wait a week. You just get them all right then. So,
That's
there
great.
it is.